Hello. Hello, Diddle. It's the Honest Fago here, and how are you? My name's Emily Payne, and Ms. Emily Payne, and I am a sex worker. And I'm the Honest Fago, for I am honest, and I do a lot of Fagos, to the point of dehydration. Now, I'm a sex worker, so here's another video for you, a very informative video for you, another one. I feel like I haven't done one for yonks, so I'm doing one now. Subscribe, please, like, share, etc. Thank you very much. Now, I hope you're well. I hope you've had a nice weekend. This is Monday when I'm filming this. So you might have been doing something good at the weekend, I don't know. You might have been doing something shit. You might have been grouting the bathroom tiles. How am I supposed to know? Now, this video, I had a menopause moment there. It's my birthday on Wednesday, in 2 days' time, my 51st birthday. I might do a video on my birthday, you never know. Or I might be too busy doing birthday things. Now, I doubt it. I'll be sitting and watching the telly as usual. Now, today's video is just a little amusing story. Amusing. About a client that I just saw last week. And it's just something happened where it always blows my mind. And I've been doing this for a long time. And so many clients are like, it's nothing unusual, it's nothing special. But I still cannot understand why men do this, why they think it. Clients who are men. So I had an in-call, so he comes to see me. I hope you're getting to know the jargon now, in-call, out-call, all that. So he came to see me and he booked for an hour, I think. So he came from outer space. No, he came from about 5-6 miles away and he looks a mess. He comes in, he's looking a mess. He's out of shape. My in-call's location is up about 5 flights of stairs. Now, I'm fit as a lop. I go running. I do a lot of deadlifting. Now, and other things. But he's out of shape. So he's huffing and puffing by the time he gets to the top of the stairs. He's huffing and puffing like a steam train. Like a fat lad, which what he was. He wasn't a lad. He was about 70. Something like that. And 69. And 69 and 3/4. And so we'll get to the top of the stairs and he's been walking his dogs. So he looks a mess. He's got his dog walking stuff on, you see. Because they sneak out the house. They don't want to draw attention to themselves by doing themselves up, you see, because the wife will say, where are you going? Why are you putting your best shirt on? So he's in his dog walking gear. His jacket's horrible. Anyway, hangs that up. So he's about whatever he is, 69 3/4 and 69 and 2/3. And he's fat. You know, he's just like that typical sort of massive belly, like beer belly. I'm to paint a picture here. Just your typical 70-year-old man, now to look at, asexual, all that, right? Like I can say that's nothing unusual. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just painting a picture. See clients like that, all the time. And we're having sex. I can't remember exactly what sort of activities we're doing. Just vanilla, bland. Oh, right. This is what I wanted to tell you. Massage. So I gave him his massage. So he's lying on his stomach, just about managing it without rolling off the bed. And I'm massaging his back. So he's got those awful, raised, really dry, crispy birthmarks, like the jaggedy ones all over his back, which a lot of men seem to have. A lot of old men. I don't see as many women's backs. I don't see any old women's backs. I see a lot of old men's backs. I don't just see old men, but I seem to have had a lot of old men recently. So I was massaging his big, horrible back. He had a big, horrible back, is what I'm trying to say. So I'm massaging that, making the old small talk and everything. trying to avoid the birthmarks because I thought they looked so raised and crispy. I thought they're going to come off my hand. That's what I was thinking. I thought I'm going to end up like flicking these birthmarks across the room because they look like they're going to come off. Anyway, he's got one of those big, giant fat backs, fat body, and I'm massaging it. Now, so I go down their legs, you see, I go down their legs. I was sitting between his legs and he had matter in his bum crack. Now, you see this quite a lot. I remember a few years ago, and I went to see this, it was horrible. This man, it was an out-call, and he wanted like 2 hours as well. So it was like, it was 2 hours of, it was dreadful. And he was on his front. I usually do a massage. And he had a leaf sticking out of his crack. A leaf? Was he turning into a human tree? Was there a tree growing out of his bumhole? I don't know, but there was a leaf. And I remember, because I thought, I'm so curious here. I was like, Curious George. And I just saw the tip of it. And I thought, I have to dig deeper. I have to investigate this. Because I thought, that looks like a leaf. Opened his bum crack, thus, as part of the massage, as if I'm being all sensual. It was a leaf. So you're thinking, if you've got a leaf up your arse crack, how clean can you be? Have you had a shower? Because there's a leaf up your arse crack. It's a bit of a dead giveaway that you haven't been in the shower. How will you get a leaf lodged in your arse crack? I don't know. Maybe sitting down on some leaves, naked. Does this ever happen? Anyway, it was a leaf, like a little one. You know, it wasn't like a giant, like cheese plant leaf. It was just like a little leaf. Anyway, that was that. So that's a different story. This old fella had, bum fluff, like from clothes. You know, when you get fluff off clothes, and you can get it lodged in like dark, damp areas when like you've worn something new and it's still like letting off fluff and whatnot. So he had that up his bum crack. And I opened his bum crack, all up his bum crack. I just get curious. I've got to investigate. I've got a curious mind. And I like know what's lurking up someone's bum crack. I'm like a bum crack detective. If that's a thing. Now, so he had all that of his bum crack. So I thought, Then I was going down his legs, massaging down his legs. As I do, it's part of my method. And, he had his feet. I try not to look at men's feet. I endeavour, right? Because, it's one of the worst things you can look at on their body. So, I was doing his legs. And this one would actually take his socks off. Half of them keep their socks on. Which is a good thing. I don't want to see their feet. But he had, like, cracked heels and all black stuff in the cracked heels. Like a mechanic where they have dirty fingernails and it's permanent. Do you know what I mean? It's like they've washed their hands and they're clean, but they'll never get that out of like the cracks in their hand and around their nails and everything. Not for months and months. If they didn't tinker on with a car in a few months' time, they might have clean fingernails. That was like his heels. Oh my God. I thought, get a pumice. I would get a pumice onto them personally. Do a bit of pumicing. I've got lovely feet. I do pumice my feet in the bath pretty much every day. Keep my feet nice. But I sell pictures of my feet and like I say foot fetishists and that. He probably doesn't, let's face it. So I keep my feet nice and sweet. I have sweet feet. Now, so I looked at these cracked heels and I thought, like that. Whilst the whole time making sweet conversation, you see, and bullshit. Small talk. Now, then he flips over. You just get the usual long, wiry, hairy chest, big fat belly. Ooh, big fat belly that. Big fat old man's ball sack. All the usual sights to see when you're fucking an old man. Fat one. So then I'm doing his front massage and massaging his dick, and trying to get it hard and as you do. And now I started to give him a blowjob, and he had a funny body odor. He didn't smell, he wasn't sweaty or dirty, but you know when people have their own body odor and it clashes with yours? There's a body odor clash. And that is evolutionary. It's they say that as a species we started kissing to check out someone else's body odor, because it's like people with compatible body odor have a better genetics to make babies. Their offspring is made of string. No, their offspring is stronger, and it's something to do with body smells, people's natural body odors. So apparently kissing evolved to kind of sniff the other person and see if they were compatible, if you're going to have strong kiddly didos. Which I believe. I do believe that, because body smell is so important, isn't it, in attraction? Some people they don't smell right. You know, they don't stink, they're not BO-ish, but it's just their natural body smells. Anyway, I digress, because his cock and balls stunk. Actually, talking about leaves up your bum crack, as I was, bit sort of like leaves or foliage with a tinge of copper. A little tinge of copper balls. Anyway, it stunk. So, but you put up with that. There's nothing you can do about that, just to get on with it. Part of the job, part of the course. That's why they've paid you money, to shut your mouth about stuff like that. So then then he ends up on top of me. I think he wanted to go down on me. Can't remember. But then, and at one point, he's kind of trying to work out what I like, or you can see the cogs going in his head, and he says, then he said, tell us what you like then. Tell us what'll get you going. And she went, what'll get me going? Stick shitloads of money on my bedside table and bugger off. Skedaddle. That'll get me going, my fine friend. Well, I'll be raging. You know, leave me in peace, man. But I didn't say that, because you're not supposed to say that. You're supposed to keep those things in your head. So I didn't say that. What I did say, now, the stock answer for me when they say shit like that, stupid shit like that, is, honestly, I just like to please my client. It's all about you. You're my client. I want to please you. Bullshit. Right? Bullshit. But you've got to say these things, right? And it's one way to get out of it. Because I thought, well, I'm not going to tell you stuff. I'm not going to make work for myself, am I? It's bad enough that I have to let you do stuff to us. I'm not going to make a rod for my own back and start telling you. You know, unless it's something where they're doing something awful, and you think as they're doing it, you're thinking of something lesser, like a lesser evil that you can ask them to do. They're the lesser of two evils. That's what you're often dealing with in sex work, the lesser of two evils. Which is the lesser of two evils, right? But that day I wasn't in the mood on that day. Like, I was having one of those days, and I said, oh, you know what? I says, nothing. I says, it won't work. I said, honestly, you just do what you want to do. And honestly, don't worry about it. And it annoys me, because I've said stuff like that before in the past when I've been in a bad mood. And they sort of laugh a little bit. It's like as if silly woman. She doesn't know what she's talking about. I know exactly what I'm talking about. What I'm saying is, don't touch us. I find that a lot of men, like I said, I try not to say all men, that's not fair, but a lot of men don't take hints and they don't read between lines. They don't pick up on nuances and subtleties. I don't know if you agree with that. That's what I've found in my extensive experience of clients who are men. And then I just thought, oh, and he carried on doing something. I can't remember what he did. Oh, he went down on us, that's right. And the way he was doing it was making us feel sick. It was triggering. And I don't normally like that word, but it was triggering. To the point where I actually pushed his head away because I thought, oh, I'm not in the mood today. Like, you've had enough out of me. There's only so far a woman can go. I'm 51 on Wednesday. Too old for it. I just made up some excuse. What did I say? Oh, I just said me clit's a bit sore or something. As if, and they then read into it like, oh, she's been fucked too much or something. Whatever. Let them think what they want. A lot of men don't really understand women's bodies very well. So you find you can bullshit them with telling them that's something about your body. Do you know what I mean? That's basically just a way to get them off you. Stop touching us. But as with a lot of clients, you'll tell them you don't like something, or oh, could you do that a bit more gentle? They'll stop doing it, or they'll do it more gently for 3 seconds. Then they'll just go back to doing it exactly. Don't listen. They don't listen. I sometimes get the feeling that men think women just babble and just say things off the top of their head, and they don't. There's no weight to them. These are my feelings and my musings. And that happens every single day in this job. You'll say, can you be more gentle? They'll be gentle for 3 seconds and they just go back to doing it how they've seen it in a porn film, i.e. too rough. I.e. shit. Anyway, so then, it was just when he said it, I thought, this happens all the time, and clients say this all the time about what'll get you going. And I thought, not you. Have you got a mirror? You get these fat, old, ugly men, and other type. I don't just see fat, old, ugly men. Other types of men, like not lookers. No, you can sort of understand it if they're lookers. You kind of think, I'll give you that. There could be a possibility that some prostitute will fancy, and not me, but you can kind of see where they're coming from if they're a looker. But just your average man, just like who's ugly or fat or plain or just nothing special, average body. I'm not ridiculing people like that. I'm not client shaming. I'm not body shaming. But these are the facts of life. You're not sending anybody, orgasmic with a big fat beer belly or a skinny little runty sort of pigeon chest. That's not a thing. It's not. Do you know what I mean? Have they not got a mirror? Do you really think? Do they think I'm some sort of weird woman who sort of gets turned on by big fat ugly bastards? I mean, at least have the humility to understand that you're inflicting your hideous body on a woman that's just doing her job. That's what I often feel. How dare you inflict your hideous body and your tongue and your breath and your cock and your spunk and your sweat, and you inflict that on some poor woman. Thanks a lot. Oh, like I've said, I'm coming back to the same topic, which is paying for sex is creepy. It is creepy. And that's me musing, really. Why do they say shit like that? I don't get it. Do you know what I mean? It's egotistical or stupid, or I don't know which one it is. Ego, stupidity, overconfidence. I really don't know, but it's very odd. And I'll leave you musing on that. Goodbye.